Hey, it's Tay, and welcome to the Wind Down. Today I am going to be having a chili cheeseburger and some chili cheese fries. So, can you see the chili? Now y'all can see it really good. The chili on there. Chili cheese fries. And yes, I like lettuce on my chili cheese fries. And I'm having a sangria. I know it look kind of brown. Don't it look like Coke to y'all? I don't know, camera. But it's a sangria. Okay, today's topic is going to be people you don't want in your life. It's going to be messy. Okay. So, I already said my grace. Y'all know I like to say that before I even get on the camera. But today I didn't forget y'all. Okay. The topic for today is people you don't want in your life. And some of us we just have excess people in our lives. Like, you don't know what the friend do. You just know they're there. I mean, that happened with everybody, I think. The kind of people you grow up with. And they kind of there because y'all grew up together or something like that. But that's just something that happened with everybody. Okay. The first person that you don't want in your life is the brown noser. People that kiss ass, suck booty, be all up in your face smiling with that stink breath. Knowing that they been kissing somebody else's ass. Them people kind of linger. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like they kind of jump on where they can fit on. And they ride that shit out. Stay away from them. Which brings me into the next one. Which is the ride until they die. You ever heard of ride or die? Well, you got some that'll ride until they die. Which fits into the brown noser, because they would hang around knowing that they serving you no purpose and you not serving them any purpose. I ain't spilled nothing. It's cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, lettuce, and chili, and mayo. I forgot mustard and ketchup. But the ride or die, the ride till they die, but like, they will hang around and they don't do anything. They don't even serve any purpose. They not like a good loyal friend. They just there just to entertain, basically. And they're not going to leave until you basically kick them off the shuttle. Like, bye. I'm trying to do like, bye. I ain't trying to deal with you. That's the only way that you can really get rid of them. Because they will dangle by a thread if they have to. Like, literally, you have to kick them off. I tell you, some people will hang on and they will hang on to your coattail and they serve no purpose. And really, you may not even be serving them a purpose. They just there. Like people, the hardest thing for people to do is to get out of their comfort zone and to move on. That's like a difficult challenge for all of us. I don't know. Once we become comfortable with a situation, like we could be comfortable with a situation with somebody who's not even doing anything for us. It's just we've been there so long that we don't know how to not be there. You got to get rid of them, like excess weight. Just like serving no purpose. Wasting your time is basically what they're doing. Next one is failure to launch. Like, when you're like in your teens and you in your 20s, it's good to stay with your parents. You save money. You kind of learn how to develop them skills, them independent skills that you need. And usually, your friends fall into the same category when you in your 20s or when you in your teens. But by the time you get 30, you branch off into more independent. You leave the nest. And a person hasn't developed that, or when they live with their parents, they don't have them skills. So how can they relate with you on a level like if you're independent and you're trying to build on something, they're not. So how can they even relate to you? Somebody that's still staying with their parents in their 40s, 30s and 40s. You want somebody that's learning to be independent and what they want out of life. And they can't relate with you on an independent level. They don't know what it's like to effectively be able to go and pay bills and come home and cook and manage life. They don't have that managerial skills. They don't have it. So you want somebody who's developed these and can relate with you and understand basically the struggle of being independent. Which bring me into the topic of the antisocial socialists. People that live with their parents don't develop them social skills that is required, so they don't understand effectively how to communicate with their peers. Basically, they learn how to communicate on the mommy daddy level with their parents, but it's like they don't have the independency enough. In some kind of way, they might even still act kind of teenagers because they're in basically a teenage situation, living with their parents and having to do this and having to do that. So they haven't moved on to the next level. When you're in your 30s and your 40s, it's something else that kind of brings us together. That's managing a family, being independent, career goals. Those are things that we strive for during them times. So therefore, a person, not saying that people that live with their parents can't develop this, but more than likely they're at a different level. Like if you moved off and had to, move back and take, like I moved my mom in with me to take care of her. But I have been on my own for, so and so amount of years. The intelligent dummy. You ever had them people that say, I know how to read between the lines. But I don't know what this means, and I know what that means. But yet and still, they don't even know how to effectively communicate. Same thing with the anti-socialists. When they're not put in these situations, it's typically people believe because you're a mom, you know how to mother. Which the two don't even fall. Just because you're an adult don't mean you know how to act like an adult. So these people think at what age comes wisdom, which is not true at all. So just in case, like, they be like, well, I made this at 50, and I didn't do this, and I didn't do that, and I had these problems. That don't mean you still ain't dumb as a doorknob. And if every time you talking to this friend, they usually get offended, like, what do you mean by that? Well, should I be offended by that? Well, I don't understand. When you constantly have to dumb yourself down for them to understand, to effectively communicate with this dumbass, who gonna go through that? Why would you want to go through that? I'm constantly saying, well, no, I didn't mean it like that. If I gotta do this, if I gotta do all of that, then me and you apparently aren't on the same level. So therefore, we don't need to communicate because it would not be effective. It was nothing will come out of our conversing with each other. Don't deal with that because they think they know everything and they think they understand. And sometimes part of being intelligent is letting people know, like, look, I don't understand what the hell you're talking about. That's how we learn. We express each other, and then see that comes into the category of being an adult. Some people don't know these situations. When they antisocial, they don't understand this is how you socialize. This is how you communicate. Some people just don't have that, and some people that's been living like with their parents and went to the next level of being an adult, they don't understand it. They still living in that teenage kind of environment. The pity fool. You ever hear them people? I think I talk about it in my fake friends video. Well, I'll pay attention to that. I'll give y'all an example in how some people would just be negative naturally. Look, these people can do the same thing that you do every day and make you feel bad that they got to do it. Well, what's wrong, Caitlin? I had to go to the grocery store, and I don't drive, and so I had this situation where I got to get my son to drive, and yeah, we made it, but, then I had to, wash my hair, and I had to take a shower, and I had to put on some decent clothes, and then I had to clean up my room, and, I had to... And I be thinking to myself, like, well, bitch, I took a shower today. I went to the grocery store. I did all the shit that she did. But I feel sorry that her ass got to do it. Why the fuck ain't I feeling sorry that I got to do it? You see what I'm saying? So they make you feel bad that they got to do normal, everyday shit. Bitch, that's the same thing that everybody else got to do. And you want me to feel bad for you got to do this shit? You gotta stay clear of them people, because they will make you like, well, what are you doing? I'm nothing much, just living life. I know it sucks. Everybody gotta do that. Everybody gotta do the same shit. So if your everyday life is pitiful, I don't want to hear about it, because you gonna try and make me feel like all the normal shit that I gotta do should make me feel bad too. That energy, them auras bounce off of people and onto your ass. Don't believe me? What's wrong, Kim? Oh, nothing. I just woke up today. I know, bummer. Like, that's everyday life. You don't need them people. What effectively could them people do for you in your life? You can't converse with them. So what's the point of them being in your life if they constantly bringing you down? And they don't even see it either. They don't even, like, cause they don't have the capacity, the brain capacity to even know how negative they are. Because negative shit is just, that's just their everyday life. Well, what's good? If you know how you confuse people like that, you ask them, what's good? You're like, well, I don't know. And so I mess with people like that. Yes, I do. Because I feel like every day, just because I'm on a different level than you, then, I mean, it sucks that, hell, you suck. But what I'm supposed to do? I can't feel bad for something that everybody has to do. Everybody has to go to the grocery store. Everybody has to wake up. Everybody has to get out of bed. Everybody has to take a shower, bath, something. They have to wash their body. Everybody has to feed themselves. Everybody has to do this. So why should I listen to you feeling sorry that you have to do it when it's a million, billion other people who have to do the same shit? Just really think about it. I'm going to let y'all think about that. The next one. The smiling depressed. Oh, my God. Oh. You ever see them people? I'm so happy. I don't know what to do. Watch out for them people because they kooky. I don't know. My mama used to always tell me, never look a crazy person in the eye. Well, never pay attention to the smiling depressed. That burger got bacon and cheese in it. Them people that always try and be like they uplifted. What happened? My titty fell off today, but it's okay. I'm still going. No. That's not normal. You got one of them smiling depressed, more than likely they about to burst and explode. Stay the hell away. Because all that shit gonna land on you. I'm just saying. When they get to that point like that, and they smiling, and they telling you something depressive, stay clear. I'm telling you, stay clear. Because when that shit explode, it's gonna land everywhere. You don't want it to land on you. I'm just saying. Because they'll be all like, it's fine. It's okay. My car blew up today. Yeah. It's just life. No. Some shit like that happened. You're supposed to be angry. You're supposed to show the emotion that fits in a category with the shit you're going through. Y'all can tell when I get excited. Because more than likely, my eyes go like this, and I start getting expressive like this. I'm excited. If I sat here and I was just all like, I'm happy, you would think something wrong. So let that, if they smiling and they depressed, it's like, no, something wrong with your ass. You about to explode. And it can go two ways. Either you about to start laughing a whole lot. Any way it go, you still about to have a damn meltdown. I don't want to be a part of that. Stay away from them. You don't need that kind of drama in your life. Just saying. Okay, what's the next one? The logical fool. I didn't play this part like many of times. Let me tell you how. You ever got that friend and they do something stupid and you're like, well, she didn't go to school. She didn't go to high school, and her environment was pretty bad. So when she socked me, it was like, oh no, I understood. She used to get her ass beat all the time, so I understood. No. When somebody stabs you in the back, that's exactly what the hell it is. It ain't no well, they weren't raised like me type no. It's you take it for what it is and you move the fuck on. You move the hell on and you accept the fact like that bitch stabbed me in the back. That's how you look at it. You don't be like, well, Lisa's been through a lot in her childhood and she's so and so. No, the way it is, that bitch Lisa stabbed your ass in the back. And that's what she is, shady motherfucker. And that's what you say. And if you have a problem saying it, you say that shit, then you shut up. Zip it up. Don't say nothing else. Walk the hell away. If that's how you got to do it. Until you accept the fact that this friend of me, stabbed you in the back. No. That's what you got to do. So when you try and be logical about it, like, well, did you know that when she was 10, her mom kind of kicked her out for a while? She was sitting out in the cold for like 2 hours. I think her brain froze for a little while. And no, they didn't have to resuscitate her, but she said she sat on the porch, and then when she finally opened the door, she kind of thawed out a little bit, and she thinks she felt like a twitch on this side of her brain, so I think she was damaged. No. Whatever the excuse is, you have to, like how people treat you, you have to accept that for whatever reason. Whatever the reason is, you have to accept the fact that they did that because they have the same options as you. You could have been in these same situations or similar situations. You had an opportunity to treat somebody like shit or not. So when somebody treats you like shit and they stab you in the back or whatever, that's what you take it for. That's what you take it for, how they is. Regardless, whatever the reason, they did it. Okay, what's the next one? I don't even know. Stand for nothing while taking several seats in. You ever had them friends who will never stand up for your ass, but every time you going through some shit, they right there, like in your face, like, well, what did she say, bitch? What did she do? Stay away from them, because they fucking silent shit starters. Stay away from them people. You know? Bitch, if we in a fucking crowd and you know me, and you, see, one thing I do is I take to know my friends. Like, my friend and my friends know me. Like, I got a friend, she can call me right now and be like, how you doing? And I'll be like, oh, nothing, I'm doing very good. How about you? And she'll be like, nah, bitch, what's really going on? I'll be like, all right, shit. Damn, I've been going through this shit. My damn arm fell off, my leg fell off, and I think I grew a penis. But other than that, me and the kids been fine. I'm just saying, know your friends. And if that's the thing, if you can't get to know them, then it wasn't meant to be. I take time out. Part of being a good friend is knowing your friends. So one of my friends could call me out. My circle is very small. But one of them could call me right now and be all like, hey, it's just nice and beautiful. And I'll be all like, no, bitch, what's really going on? What's wrong? I don't know you. What's wrong? So you have to know your friends. And the person that don't stand for nothing, who just sit back and just all like, just taking a seat, all up in your drama, just looking around. Well, you said what? Well, she said this and she said that. Stay away from them, because ultimately what it comes down to is you don't stand for anything, but you gonna sit in on every issue that I have. For what? What she serves you no purpose. All the people that I'm saying, they might be the same. They might do the same shit. It might be several different friends. But the fact of the matter is, they all are serving no purpose. No purpose. And I can't deal with a female who gonna sit there on them, but she's not gonna stand up for look. I got friends. Actually, all of my friends will stand up to me. And more than likely, you will never know what this person's issue is until they start and shit. Because they don't stand up for shit until, and they really ain't standing up for shit. They just start and shit later. So they won't stand up and be all like, hold up, wait a minute, let me tell you, somebody say something wrong to me. Or if I don't even understand, I'll be like, hold up, bitch. I'm slow. You need to explain that to me. Like, what is you talking about? Like, I don't get it. Like, explain. Could you, like, speak slower? Layman's, like, whatever. However you need it to be explained to you. But I stand up for that. Like, whatever. If I don't understand nothing, I'm like, what is that? Like, who? Whatever. Like, what? That's what I do. And you don't have a friend that would sit there and they would assume stuff and they don't stand up for shit. Look out for that bitch. Because that means her ass sitting up just like she don't give a shit. But let me tell you, if she do, how you will find out later on. Because they usually the shit starters later on is be all like, well, I think she said so-and-so this, and she said so-and-so this, and she said so-and-so that. And that falls into the category with the anti-socialist and the person who still live with their parents, 30, 40 years old. If you pay attention, they haven't developed them social skills, so they don't know how to stand up for themselves. Why would you want to deal with a person like that anyway? I ain't got time for that shit. I'm just saying. Is that it? The white mouther with no limits. I'm pretty sure that a lot of y'all didn't seen this or heard of this. The burger is stuffed with bacon and cheese. Ooh. Part of being grown and part of being an adult is accepting when you wronged, when you've done wrong. I know I do it different from y'all, but I'm like, yeah, what? I was wrong. Now what? What? I know I do it differently, but I'm just saying, I still admit it. And I stand by what I say. Whether it's good or bad, because y'all know I don't always say the right shit. And sometimes I may not say it in a way that, expresses me fully. But, sometimes I just be ignorant and I just be running off just ratchet, just trifling. Yeah, that's all me. But anyway, part of being an adult is understanding what things are appropriate and what's not appropriate. Part of being a grown woman or being a grown man is not just saying all the right things, but admitting when you've wronged or when you've done not so good. And I think, them people that will just blurt out shit, like they just open their mouth and shit just fall out. The brown nosers, like I said, they usually fall into the same category. So you may know there's one person who does that same shit. Well, what? Why shouldn't I say that? Why? Because they haven't articulated enough to understand. They haven't even had the social skills to say, oh, there's a limitation to what you say. Even though it may be true. Even though it may be true what they're saying, they don't know how to come off as, say, demanding when they say it, or it may sound, if a person say something, it could be two people saying the same thing. And one person say it in a way that it just sounds like racist, and another person say it in that same way, and it may have sound funny. You know what I'm saying? That's understanding. That's having them social skills to know that, not everything is going to come off sometimes the way you intended it. Because people accept things the way they accept it. And some people can't articulate stuff the way others can. Those are the people that I have come into contact with. And those are the people that's not in my life anymore. And it was the benefit of not having these people, not wasting time with these people, because ultimately, what can they do? They can't make your life any better. They can't make your life any worse unless you allow them. You know, they can pretty much drain you in the ways that, you know, negativity drains you. I don't know about y'all. I know they said this, but me, negativity drains me. Don't know why, but it does. So I tend to not, you know, kind of converse with negative people. So I hope this information was informative for you. Make sure you head over to Catt's channel to find out what she said. I'm not exactly sure. I think we were supposed to come up to like with 10 or whatever. So I don't really know how much I stated until I go back and edit the video. But we were trying to come up with as many people, like say in, you know, our personal life or personal situations, people that we found that were not good for us, and that we had to basically dismiss or axe off. Cut them off out of your life. So I hope this information was informative to you. Make sure you hear tomorrow for Taylor's Creepypasta. And I'll see you next week, next Friday for the wind down. Take care. God bless. Peace.